So it was the penultimate stanza of the poem "Elementary School Classroom in a Slum" by Stephen Spender that we discussed last time we were together, and it is a word-for-word explanation. And the last thing that we read was the poet Stephen Spender asks the children to pull down the world political map, which has been earlier described in one of the stanzas as an open-handed map, to pull it down and to spoil its beauty by putting dots all over the world political map, to indicate the presence of slums, because slums, as he says, are a reality, and the people who matter, the people who have power, the people who have the decision-making authority, they've washed their hands of this particular realities. And in the last line of the penultimate stanza, so blot theirs, all of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as tomb. The poet Stephen Spender wants to stress the fact that slums are a reality. They are as real as death, as real as death, as big as room, as inevitable, as obvious as death. And because children spend their quality time, most of their time, in these languishing in these areas, therefore it is better that these children tell the world outside that slums are a reality, and that their non-existence, according to them, is an illusion. We move on to the last stanza of this particular piece of poetry, and which reads: unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Alright, so look at the first particular part of the sentence. Unless governor, inspector, visitor. Now these governor, inspector, visitor are people who sit at the helm of affairs, that is, politicians, all high-ranked executives who control the destiny of others, as also, very importantly, ordinary citizens. All of us have a duty. And unless these people take drastic measures, result-oriented measures, ground reality would not change. And unless these drastic result-oriented measures are taken, this map, it says, becomes their window. And these windows that shut upon their lives like this map becomes their windows. Unless drastic measures are undertaken, the map that has been put up on the walls of the classroom will never, the world therein will never be theirs. The world therein, in the world political map, will never be theirs. Their world would remain the world that they get to see outside from their classroom, that they get to see, that the classroom windows throws open to them. And the world that has confined their existence like underground graves. The world that has confined, that has delimited their existence, determined the limit of their existence, just as a graveyard does limit the existence of a dead person inside it. So this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. So unless drastic measures are taken, these windows, the world that these windows throw open to them, will continue suffocating their lives, just as a catacomb or a graveyard, or a grave that is, suffocates the existence of the dead. The poet actually wants to say that unless drastic measures are taken, the lives of these children will be no better than the dead in the graves. Catacombs are underground graves. That means unless drastic measures are taken, their existence is as good as dead. That means they are as good as dead. That is what he wants to say. So therefore he says, break open till they break the town. Now, break open till they break the town has to be understood in this context. That is, slums actually, they extend outwards along the periphery, and they continue doing this, they continue stretching or extending till they touch the boundaries of the city. So slums actually are situated on the outskirts of a city, and slums, they continue extending till they touch the boundaries of the city. Therefore he says, let's pull down these slums till we reach the boundary of the city. This is what is meant. This is the little explanation for this.